LMFAO at 8:13. Hughesy and Kate, Nova 100. A cold 15 degrees today, and Lord knows it's an ill wind that blows down Cardinia Park.
No, it isn't. There's no ill wind at Cardinia Park, mate.
There's an ill wind in this studio.
There is not an ill wind in this studio. Geelong is a great town. I'm from Warrnambool, all right? I drive through Geelong to go home.
I know, you used to think Geelong was like Paris.
I still think Geelong's like Paris.
Is that why you hate the Emperor of France?
Can we
Paul
hear
Chappy Chapman?
Let's just hear one, just off the bat, what you've said about Paul Chapman.
He doesn't look that smart. Now, that is not an insult.
Good morning, Paul. Good morning, Paul Chapman.
Good morning, Kate and Ed. How are you?
Well, we're
great, and we're very happy to have you on,
We're
Chappy.
humiliated.
Show, though.
We're humiliated
Hughesy and
to be associated with this guy.
Look, Paul, look, how are you this morning, Paul?
I'm good, thanks, Hughesy. And yourself?
Yeah, look, I'm disappointed.
Look at this. Even so, as Paul is already being civil to Hughesy. So I'm sorry to have to play these to you, Chappy.
You shouldn't play them to him then.
Has word spread to you, Chappy, about what Hughesy's been doing?
Yeah, look, I've heard most of the things that have been said. Lingy was straight on to me at training, telling me the stuff that that Hughesy had to say to me about me.
I'm sorry, Chappy.
But
this
do you
hurts
want
me.
Lingy is normally a good bloke, and I think Lingy's normally a smart guy, Chappy. But Lingy's got the wrong end of the stick here.
Okay.
Has he?
Has he?
Okay.
I believe he has.
Paul Chapman.
There's no need to play this stuff to Paul Chapman.
Hear your own words. This is what you've been saying behind his back. Now you can say it to him. Here we go.
I just say he's simple. He's a simple guy. Now, look, that
is. Listen to that.
How does that sound to you, Paul Chapman?
Yeah, it's not something that you really want to hear. I was just going to ask you guys if you could just come down your questioning for me, just because I am quite simple.
Oh, can you keep the question?
See what you've done?
See what you're doing?
You're
insulting.
But wait, there's more.
I think Paul Chapman will see through this. You know, all 4'2" of him. Now, look,
Chappy.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm speechless, really. Like, to be called a midget, and I don't think Hughesy is very big himself either.
But Chappy, that's why I appreciate you because I know you're not 4'2". I believe you're 179 centimetres. Is that right?
That's correct.
That's the same height as me, mate.
Why would you
all
say
right?
4 foot? You're the one that said 4'2".
That was just. I'm emphasising the point that he plays tall.
You know what,
he plays tall.
Don't try and backtrack.
Chappy plays tall.
All right.
I didn't call him bald, though, did I? I did not at any point call him bald.
Why would you call him bald?
Well, he's bald.
Chappy?
Yeah. Can't complain with that one. That one's pretty true.
Why would you single that out, though, about a man, a great man?
The fact is he's front-footed, his baldness. And there used to be 2 bald heroes down there, and one of them's left. But I reckon the real bald hero is still at Geelong.
Okay.
Easy.
Yeah, he's
Paul
trying
Chapman,
now.
here's
He's
the
really
thing.
Trying.
So we had Luke Hodge in here, and apparently word has spread about Hughesy basically vilifying you.
Yep.
I would
Hodgie,
never
off
back
air,
that.
is he always saying how soft Chappy is?
I don't think he said a nice word about Chappy.
Oh, dear. That's off air, Paul. That's off air as well. Having to go calling you soft.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what I've done wrong, but I've done something wrong, so I don't know how we're going to get past this, Hughesy. I don't know what we're going to have to do.
No, he will not hit me.
You know
Hit
what,
him,
you know the way
Chappy.
that there's one way that he says that you sort things out, Chappy.
He's more a headbutt merchant, isn't he, would you say?
Oh,
Headbutt merchant.
Yeah, and I think another one was that I was cowardly enough to go and punch someone from behind as well.
No,
But
look,
he does say that.
the King Hit merchant.
the
I actually
King
retracted
Hit.
the King Hit merchant. That the headbutt merchant was after I retracted the King Hit merchant. You're definitely not a King Hit merchant.
He's just...
But you have been suspended for headbutting, haven't you?
No, I haven't, Hughesy. I don't know where you made that up.
See, you made
I
that
thought
up.
he got suspended for
What
headbutting.
about how he doesn't look that smart?
Yeah, how about some of that?
He doesn't look that smart. But, Chappy,
Is that because you've given so many headbutts to people, Paul Chapman, is it?
What's going on, Hughesy? I didn't hear all this stuff. This is all news to me.
Exactly.
Mate,
right.
you do.
This is news.
What I was trying to do, Chappy, was say that you're a simple guy, as in you're uncomplicated. You're not a complicated person, are you?
I try not to be complicated, Hughesy, although when you first said it, it didn't really sound like you were trying to say it that way.
Thank you very
they've
much.
stitched me up, and when I say that you... I mean, Yeah, all right.
Called you
When I
short?
say you don't look that smart, that is actually that's a poor choice of words.
What about headbutt merchant?
Well, I thought he got suspended for headbutting. But look, Chappy, you know what,
What
man?
would you like to say to Paul Chapman?
I'd like to say that Paul Chapman. I'd like to say in 2009. Remember that grand final day, Chappy?
I do.
Well, mate, before the game, I put $50 on you to win the Norm Smith medal. Who won the Norm Smith medal for best player in the grand final on that day?
Yeah, I did 50.
You did, man. I've always had faith in Paul
No, you haven't.
Chapman.
What about back in the day at the Brownlow, hey?
Chappy, you know me, Chappy. Remember we went at the Brownlow about 5 years ago before you were anyone, Chappy? I talked to you.
Oh, it's so
Oh,
kind
wow.
of you to speak to Paul Chapman.
Before you were anyone. If I'm not correct, you were born Paul Chapman, weren't you?
I sure was, yeah, and actually thought I was doing you a favour, Hughesy, by coming out of my way and giving you some of my time.
Thank you very much. Someone who actually plays
Chappy.
football.
Budge,
You know what I
budge.
mean?
Yeah, I remember.
This is your last chance.
Do you remember that outside the toilets there at the Brownlow?
I do, Hughesy, I do.
Yeah. So it was.
Yeah.
It was a great moment. It's a moment that I cherish in retrospect.
You know what? You've got Paul Chapman on the
honest.
phone. He's very busy. They're playing Collingwood Friday night. It's top of the table clash. What would you like to say to Paul Chapman? I think there's only one thing you can say. No more backtracking. No more ducking and weaving.
Well,
it's time to front foot.
Look, I will say that I want Geelong to beat Collingwood on Friday night. Like, I've wanted Geelong to win all the grand finals that they won, and I got really disappointed when they got beaten by Hawthorn in 2008.
This does not sound like...
I love Geelong. I love Paul Chapman in particular. I think he's the match winner for Geelong.
Oh.
He's their main man. And, Paul, I would like to sincerely apologise for all the bullshit that these guys have come up with, mate.
Well, your apologies accepted, Hughesy, although I don't think it's been made up. It's definitely come from your mouth, so...
And should he watch what he says in future, do you think, Paul?
What's that, sorry?
Do you think he should watch what he says in future?
Oh, most definitely, Rouse. Just be careful next time you drive through Geelong, mate.
Whoa! I must say, I am always careful when I drive through Geelong. It's like stopping at red lights not a good idea in Geelong. All right, good on you, mate.
Well, Paul Chapman, we appreciate your time this morning, man. And big game against the Pies this Friday night. How are you feeling?
Feeling good. The boys are feeling good and ready to go. It's going to be a good test for both sides to sort of see where we're at, and obviously. We just need to work on the things that are going to make it better for later on in the year, and hopefully this week is another chance for us to do that.
And if things aren't going your way, go the headbutt. You know what I mean?
Definitely go the headbutt. I'm renowned for it now.
Yeah, that's it.
Paul Chapman, thanks, man. Great to speak to you.
Thanks, guys.